Okay, so just a little bit of housekeeping right now. So Death Before Dishonor is this weekend. Unfortunately, I probably won't be having my review up until maybe Monday, potentially midweek, due to circumstances surrounding this weekend, which are very annoying because I really want to watch it. I think the card looks amazing, but yes, it'll be up a little bit later than usual. And time for something else that's very late, my review of Progress Ain't No Mountain High Enough. Hello and welcome to FTTR, I am Ewan McQuaid, and today we are talking about Progress Chapter 134, No Mountain High Enough. I always say Ain't No Mountain High Enough because it's the song, but you know, I got it wrong in the intro because I'm a horrible fake fan. But yes, this is my review of the show, again, very late, but the show with Noir, Spike Trevae, one on, which I'm very excited to talk about. But yes, this is my review where I'm going to run down the card, let you know my thoughts on the angles, the matches, everything a good review should do if this is a good review. But shall we just get straight into it, starting off with the opening match, which was Alexis Falcon taking on Sky Smithson in a tables match. These two are both great. Smithson gives me proper Shayna Baszler vibes, and considering I don't have a good Shayna Baszler at the moment, Smithson is right there. Great heel work from her, and Alexis Falcon is one of the most likeable baby faces in the world right now. And they had a pretty short match, but I think it was the physicality behind this was great. Alexis Falcon's sort of like top rope spinning suplex, thing of beauty. Absolutely love it. And yeah, this was like a very hard hitting tables match. It's very rare that you get good tables matches. Table matches aren't really my favourite thing because there's a lot of like and sort of, you know, straining. But I thought this worked really well, ending with Alexis Falcon getting the victory, which is really good. Really happy with that result. Hopefully she goes into title consideration soon because I really, really like Alexis Falcon. Next up we got potentially match of the night for me, Ricky Knight Jr. versus Leon Slater. This match was an absolute barn burner. Considering I don't really know much about both guys, this was a fantastic way to get a proper introduction to both of them because they had a terrific match. Leon Slater is so athletic, so well-rounded in the ring, and he's honestly one of the best British prospects out there right now. There was a great sequence where they were both just sort of no-selling chops. There was an insane Canadian Destroyer, which we always love a Canadian Destroyer, and a suplex on the outside. But yeah, Ricky Knight Jr. came up victorious here in a hard-fought bout. This felt like it went, like, I'm saying this as a compliment, it felt like it went really long. It was actually in about 10 minutes. It was honestly a fantastic, fantastic match from both guys. I want to see both of them more in Progress personally. And then at the end of the match, the tag champs 0121 came out and they raised Leon Slater's hand, potentially setting up a sort of, you know, alliance there. I think it'd be a great fit. I want to see Leon do a lot of good stuff in Progress. Next match we got was Raven Creed versus Max the Impaler. Oh my god, Max the Impaler. Right? I've seen pictures of Max the Impaler. I've never seen her in person, and just seeing her here, she's so intimidating. Just the look, the whole aesthetic, sort of Viking mixed with Mad Max, is terrifying. And I think having her play off Raven Creed, who's also got not necessarily a spooky gimmick, but a bit more of a deranged gimmick, they work really well together. There was an insane spear from Max the Impaler that looked like it took Raven Creed's like upper body from her lower body and split her in half. Lana Austin obviously played a factor in this. She was sort of like, she was distracting on the outside. She was in Max the Impaler's corner, and it was that eventually cost him because there was a malfunction at the junction between the two, between Lana Austin and Max, and Raven Creed picked up the win. Really happy with that. I can't wait to see the blow-off match. I can't remember if it's happening, if Raven Creed versus Lana Austin's at Strong Style or not. I'm not too sure. But yes, very excited to see the match between those two, and I want to see Max back in a Progress ring. Potentially, I might be seeing her at Wrestle Carnival. Hopefully. And next up, we got the match that we have all been waiting for if you are a Progress Wrestling fan, and that was Noir versus Spike Trevae. The way they set this match up was brilliant. There was a promo earlier in the day in which, Spike Trevae's under the impression that this is going to main event the show, but Noir's requested it does not. Again, just chipping away at the character of Spike Trevae and into his ego. Oh, it's incredible character work from both guys. And then the match happens. There was a great entrance. So Spike Trevae comes out, does his usual entrance, gets all the heat and all that, and then Cara's music hits. Lights go down, and Cara's standing behind Spike, and Spike just gets this little smirk on his face, and then it all erupts. Both men go at each other. Just a complete cluster F of just rage, basically. This match is honestly one of the best grudge matches that I've seen built in probably like the last 5 years. I think they've done some really incredible storytelling here, from the angle at the anniversary show all the way to now. Really great stuff. There's some really cool spots in here, like a tombstone on the outside. Again, brutal. And then it sort of ends in a double DQ. Both men get DQ'd, which I feel like, again, good for the story because I know what comes next. In the moment, I was a bit like, oh, I want to see a definitive finish for this. But the brawl afterwards, fantastic. A huge dive from Cara, just straight up knocks out a ref. I think it was Spike Trevae just chins a ref, which is brilliant. And then, just all the bodies come in, try and separate him while Spike makes an escape to the stage. And it's there on the stage. He announces the I Quit match. Loser leaves Progress. Look, seeing as this is an relatively old show, and seeing where it goes, I'm so excited to talk about that match, talk about the implications of that match. I'm just very excited for this feud. Spike Trevae is one of the best heels in wrestling at the moment. He's sort of like, the UK's MJF, if you can say that. And really exciting stuff. If he finish, great match, great angle afterwards. Then we got a Fatal 4-Way qualifying match for Super Strong Style 16, in which we had Maggot taking on Bobby Gunn, taking on Jern Simmons, taking on Axel Tischer. This was a really fun match, really energetic Fatal 4-Way. Maggot, I've never seen Maggot wrestle before. He's really cool. He's got a really cool aesthetic. He's got a really cool moveset. He worked really well with these other guys. Simmons, big brawler. Really like that. Tischer's sort of the technical workhorse in there. And then, Bobby Gunn's also pretty heavy-handed with his strikes. There was a really fun Tower of Doom spot in this match, which I thought was really, really solid. And Maggot picked up the win. I believe in the opening match of Super Strong Style, I think it's Maggot versus Charles Crowley. Those two are going to work wonders together. And this Fatal 4-Way match was really fun. It wasn't like blow away great, but I really enjoyed it for what it was. I thought it was, fun time at the wrestling. We then got an in-ring promo from Kanji, who challenges Giselle Shaw to a 2 out of 3 falls match at Super Strong Style. I think that could be one of the matches of the year, to be honest. Both women are solid in-ring workers, and I can't wait to see where this goes. I'm really excited to see sort of a longer form match for Giselle Shaw, because I've only ever seen sort of snippets here and there. I can't wait to watch this one. I think it's going to be great. Then we got an Atlas Championship match. We got Roy Johnson taking on Luke Jacobs. This was very hard hitting. Luke Jacobs is a very hard hitting man. A lot of chops in this. A lot of just lariats and strong strikes. He tried to topple the big man. Luke Jacobs is just a phenomenal athlete. Really happy that he's the champion. Really happy. And they had a really solid match here. I think this was a lot better than the finals of the Atlas tournament from the Atlas Weekender. And Luke Jacobs won. I think that's the right decision. It was a really great sort of exhibition match. And then the post-match. Axel Tischer comes down to challenge Luke Jacobs for Strong Style. That will be a great match. I think looking at the year, I think Axel Tischer is one of the most underrated wrestlers in the planet right now, because he's having great matches in WXW and in Progress. He's having some really solid matches, and I can't wait to see Luke Jacobs take him on. And Luke Jacobs cut a really, really good promo afterwards. Really good promo. Name drop Sanity. You know what I mean? Really good stuff. Can't wait to see this match. Now, how long have we got? Because there's a lot to talk about in this one. It was Sunshine Machine versus Smoking Aces. Two phenomenal tag teams, and Sunshine Machine are so over. Their moveset is incredible. This was, and honestly, a fantastic tag match. I really, really loved it. It's one of my favourite tag matches of the year. Probably up there with, I'm blanking, FTR versus the Briscoes. The only thing that let this down for me was sort of the finish. Don't get me wrong, there were some really, really cool spots in here, like a sort of step over Canadian Destroyer. Again, I love a Canadian Destroyer, that's great. Sort of jumping cutter from Sunshine Machine was also fantastic. Sorry, I am reading my notes here because there's so much to go through. There was a huge, it was a shooting star press, got caught by a cutter, very Evan Bourne, you know what I mean, Evan Bourne, Randy Orton. And the headbutts from TK Cooper are just mental. The noise, it's like he actually connects, but he can't actually connect because he'd probably been knocked out. They're so convincing, every headbutt he's ever done. And that's where the finish got a bit iffy. So he hits the headbutt and he goes for the pin, but both men's shoulders are down. And that sort of ends in a double pinfall. So the match then gets an extra 5 minutes, which, again, really good stuff. There was a really cool dive. And, it ends in a tie again in the 5 minutes. And then 0121 come out. And they have sort of a promo off. There was an insane bit where, I can't remember, I think it's a member of the Smoking Aces just chucks a microphone, and TK Cooper just catches it in one hand. It was like something off the Matrix. It looked insanely cool. And they announced the ladder match for Strong Style. I think it was, I really like this match. I just think coming off the Spike Cara finish, it was a bit not anticlimactic because the match was fantastic. A little bit too overbooked, in my opinion, and could have been a bit leaner to get there. But I'm so excited for that ladder match. It looks insane. And finally, we had the main event, which was Jonathan Gresham taking on Gene Money for the Progress World Championship. This was, this was good. This was good stuff. Again, I feel like the issue with this show is just a little bit overbooked, because that's what came with the finish. So Gresham was trying everything to win throughout this match. He risked a lot of DQs, but the rule had been instigated that if Gresham gets disqualified, he will be stripped of the championship. So a lot of good technical wrestling in there from Gresham. A lot of wasn't really a comedic side to Gene Money in this entire match, really, because he's so determined to get into Strong Style and get the championship. So Lycos Jim hit Plainview, hit Gene Money with the bacon sheet, and they get Gresham disqualified, which is a bit like, oh my god, what's going to happen now? And then Money then gets a match against Lycos, which Money wins to advance to Strong Style because he doesn't want to win that way by disqualification, which I think is good for, a top babyface of the company. And then it sort of ends in a brawl. Gresham comes out, he takes out Lycos Jim, potentially turning him face if he ever comes back. Again, I just feel like it was a little bit overbooked, too much stuff going on. It should have been just potentially just have Money win to advance. The DQ stuff's fine, but then having another match afterwards, I get you want to give the fans a definitive finish. So I can see sort of both sides. To me, it just came across a little overbooked when I was watching it. But the result. Gresham is no longer the champion, which I think's, he's doing a lot of stuff in AEW, he's doing a lot of stuff with Ring of Honor, so he probably can't get over to the UK as much as he'd like. It was cool to have the belt on him, but yeah, cool to have the belt off him as well, because now it can stay in progress with some of the more UK-based guys. And it's good that G-Money is in strong style. So, all around, this show was pretty good. I think the in-ring work was incredibly solid. The Cara Spike match was great. The tag match was great. The tables match was great. The main event was solid. There was a lot of stuff in there that was really good. I just think it was hampered a little bit by the finishes this show and some of the overbooking of the matches. But overall, I'll give this 3.5 out of 5. Not one of the stronger Progress shows of the year, but we are moving into strong style, which should be great. There we go. That's my review done. Let me know your thoughts on the show if you've watched it down in the comments below, and I'll try and reply to every single one of them. Thank you all ever so much for your support, and have a nice day.